Juliah Jackson. Juergen spent 5 years in a puppy mill in Missouri. He was imprisoned in a small cage and was never allowed to run. Juergen lost the use of his back legs and was unable to move. The owner knew of Juergen's injuries, but left him to lay in his own waste. The urine and feces piled up under him, causing horribly deep infections and burning his skin. He could not access his food or his water, so he became highly dehydrated. Juergen laid in his waste for 11 days. This was stated by the Coalition Against Misery, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to stopping the mass production of puppies, published on the Prisoners of Greed Journal in 2014. Everyone in this room has seen commercials of neglected animals on TV. The U.S. Department of Agriculture should make puppy mills illegal. First, I'll explain what puppy mills are and the problems within them. Then I'll explain a workable solution to this problem. Let's begin by talking about the problems within puppy mills. The definition of a puppy mill is an inhumane commercial dog breeding facility that will sell puppies online, in stores, or even directly to the public. There are almost 10,000 puppy mills in the United States, and fewer than 3,000 go uninspected yearly. This was stated by the Humane Society of the United States, an organization that provides direct care to more than 100,000 animals a year through their sanctuaries, veterinary programs, and emergency shelters and rescues, published on the Puppy Mill Research Journal in 2018. Puppy mills are essentially intensive breeding facilities that that arose prior to the advent of World War I or World War II. This was stated by Julie Urbanek, who has a PhD from Clark University and is also the founder of Geonarrative Services, in the book Humans and Animals, A Geography of Coexistence, published in 2016. These facilities disregard the dog's health both physically and mentally. Puppy mills cause many health problems within new puppies and the dogs that are already in their mills. One of the most common sicknesses for dogs to get is Campylobacter, which is most commonly known as food poisoning. This is stated by the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, a nonprofit organization that was founded by Henry Berg, an activist for humane treatment of animals and children, in the publication Puppy Mills 101, published in 2018. These dogs are much more likely to get fleas, ticks, or heartworm because they're not being regularly checked or having vaccinations like normal dogs. Their fur will also get into a mat because they are not being regularly groomed. When their fur gets into a mat, they lose airflow to their skin, which will automatically cause infections within. One of the saddest things is what they do to female breeding dogs. They breed these females over and over again with little to no rest in between their litters. Once they give birth to their babies, they are automatically taken away from her. These dogs experience many behavioral issues. They are kept in wire cages where they are paced back and forth, bark nonstop, cower, or appear completely shut down. These dogs don't know what trust is because they have never had any human interaction. This will cause the dogs to be more aggressive or shy towards humans. When these puppies are removed from their mothers or their litter mates, they will create many problems like shyness, fear, aggression, or anxiety. This will cause underdevelopment and long-lasting emotional or behavioral problems. When these puppies get shipped, they go through many emotional changes. When they get to a pet store or even to a home, they begin to act out. These puppies are kept in horrible facilities that are overcrowded and very unsanitary. They don't have access to adequate veterinary care, food, water, or even socialization. This is stated by Zazie Todd, who has a PhD in psychology from the University of Nottingham, published in the Companion Animal Psychology Journal in August of 2016. These puppies never get to experience treats, toys, grooming, or even just basic exercise. There's no law that says how many dogs can be kept in a facility at a time. There could be hundreds to thousands of dogs in a facility at a time. These dogs are kept in wire cages stacked in columns on top of each other. These wire cages cut the dog's paws and legs, leaving them to get infections. The wire cages only need to be 6 inches wider than the dog and no longer than the dog itself. Now I will tell you about a solution to this problem. The Department of Agriculture should make stricter rules for their federal inspectors. One downfall is the limited number of federal inspectors, which inevitably means that a number of breeders go uninspected yearly. This was stated by Kaylee Berger, who has a JD from Washington University School of Law, published on the Washington University Journal of Law and Policy in 2013. These federal inspectors need to properly inspect, record, and follow all the guidelines that are given to them. Something that you can do is educate yourself about puppy mills. You can be a smarter buyer and not buy from pet stores. Pet stores are the main supporters of puppy mills. Check where your pet store gets their puppies before you buy. Another thing you can do is report any animal cruelty that you see happening. You can report this animal cruelty to your local law enforcement agency or Humane Society. Lastly, inform everyone in the community about the horrible things that go on in puppy mills. First, I explained what puppy mills are and the problems within them. Then I explained a solution to this problem. The Department of Agriculture should make puppy mills illegal. No society should let dogs live like this. Think of Jurgen and the thousands of other animals before you shop for a puppy. Let's put an end to all puppy mills in the United States.